to an end today. We encourage you to support your teams wholeheartedly. As always, show the respect and appreciation that these players deserve. Starting off with game 1 of court number 1 and 2. The lead scores. Ernston Grammar Volleyball. First official, Alex Callan. And the second official, Prix Bridge. Now time to announce our starting 7. Onto the court first. Please make some noise if you hear support. Ernston Grammar.
Good morning and welcome to the Sir David Wallace Sports Hall here at Loughborough University as we get ready to open up Cup Finals weekend 2026. And over on court number 2 we've got the sitting Grand Prix final, the 2 finalists from last year back at it once again. Help for Heroes will take on Sitting Bucks for the title. Mike Hansen-Myers joined by, as ever, our sitting expert, the men's head coach, Justin. Justin, this is always a great occasion. Long season, sitting Grand Prix, 6 rounds, and the best 2 teams have a chance for the last piece of silverware.
Yeah, if you look at the 2 teams, both of them have won two or three of the Grand Prix, so they both deserve to be here. And they've both got experience in there, the likes of Kevin, John Monroe, Charlie Walker on Help for Heroes. You've got John Worrell as well. So I'm hoping for a good match and showcasing sitting volleyball, and I'm hoping for a 5-setter here.
Well, 5 sets may be on the cards. These teams we talked about have gone through 6 rounds of Grand Prix to get here. These teams have made the final on every occasion this year. Dominance in the Grand Prix, but they are 3-3 head-to-head on the season.
Yeah, exactly. If you got some really strong players in there, and it shows that both teams are winning every single Grand Prix, so they do both deserve to be here.
Indeed, and teams just getting through the end of the warm-up. And obviously, Justin, before we do need to talk about Sitting Bucks. Obviously, last week went out on the road in the Golden EuroLeague, headed out to Bosnia. Didn't quite get the results they wanted, but another big milestone for the club to make the Golden Finals and take another step. Yeah,
it's really good for sitting volleyball in the UK. They get to compete in the Golden League in a club competition over in Bosnia. Some very tough teams, 2 Bosnia teams. We've got a Polish team as well. So they competed really well. Unfortunately, didn't get the results they needed, but it pushes them up in the European club area. They're now 14th in Europe for sitting volleyball. So hopefully they gain experience in what they've got to, and hopefully get that back there next year.
Indeed, and obviously so many veterans on the Sitting Bucks team. Obviously Rob Richardson, Steve Smith, they've just been around and they know these showcase finals. They're not going to be worried about the occasion.
Yeah, exactly. You've got the likes of Rob Richardson, who's got experience. He's got over 10 cup final games that he's played, so he looks really well. You've got Kev Tan as well, who is actually the men's head coach. I am the women's head coach.
Wrong way around, my fault.
That's all right, no worries. And you've got the likes of John Monroe, and you've got Adrian, who's a new poster boy. He's only been around for 6 months, but the improvement he's made over the last 6 months is he can show that he can be a player in the next year or 2 to come.
Yeah, and I think that's the important bit. It's like both these teams, you said experience, and obviously a couple of people wanting revenge for last year as well. We know it's such a friendly rivalry as the teams do meet at the net, but there's a couple of people disappointed with individual performances last year, especially Wazza. Serving wasn't his best attribute. We know what a weapon he can be from the serve line. A couple of aces throughout the season and one in the final last year. So again, it's just settling in, and understanding strengths, but also they know the weaknesses, they know the areas to exploit.
Oh no, definitely. Both teams have done their homework on it. Wazza would have talked about this for the last year, making sure the serves go in, finding the spots, finding the weak players on the other side of the court. And I'm sure the likes of Charlie Walker, who's a head coach and a player, he would have drilled it into them. Right, this is how we need to play, and this is how we're going to win the game. And with some of the boys from Help for Heroes, there's some big boys. You've got the likes of Emmy, who's number 8. You've got the likes of number 7, Francis. And you've got Danny, who will control most things for setting. So I definitely think it's going to be a close one, this game.
And our officials for this Grand Prix final, every experienced pair. It'll be Chris Sue on the lead and joined by Rita Grimes, 2 officials that know the game so well and obviously had experience overseas throughout their career as well, that are really going to control the flow and tempo of this final.
Yeah, they refereed me before, and they're both experienced referees, so they understand what the players are like. They will call for calls that are not there, but they know that their one job is to referee a good game of sitting volleyball.
Indeed, and we're now going to welcome out the teams onto court number 2 for the final. And I think we're going to start with the Help for Heroes and their roster for the final today. Number 2, their captain, Frank Ave. Number 3, Daniel Kitcher. Number 4, Caroline Duffy. And again, the power of sitting volleyball just in mixed teams as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to have mixed teams because it's quite, with Panthers ourselves, we've got a group of women and myself playing, so it's good to kind of integrate both players in there because it will just help them in the long run when they do get into men and women's competition.
Yeah, number 6, Joaquin Pierre, who was big in the final last year, joined by number 7, Francis Induka, number 8, Emmanuel Accor, number 9, as we said, Wazza, more formerly known as John Worrell, but you will hear Wazza plenty of times on the broadcast. Number 10, Charlie Walker, who Justin said also head coach, and number 11, Christopher Anslow. So that is your roster for the Help for Heroes team. And now we will meet the Sitting Bucks, led out by number 3, John Monroe, their captain. Number 2, a little late number change to the lineup. Adrian Justlake, Justin said, new to the sport, but one to keep an eye out for on the roster. Number 5, Paul Jeffrey. Number 7, Colin Goodbrand. Number 8, Michael Knight, who was exceptional in the final last year with the setting abilities. Number 9, Daniel Bigley. Number 10, Kev Tan, the libero. For Sitting Bucks, the ever-experienced Rob Richardson, who will wear number 14, and of course Steve Smith, head coach, who will also come off the bench, made an impact in the final last year, and will be that sub to start for the Sitting Bucks. So Justin, in particular, what matchup are you looking out for in this final?
Like you said, with Jockham last year, he was a big boy, big hitting. So with the likes of Jockham versus John Monroe, you've got the likes of number 7, Francis against Adrian. They're great matchups between both teams, and I think this is what it shows that these two teams have dominated the sitting volleyball over the last year or two. So there's matchups on court as well with every single one of them. So if you look at the likes of John Monroe, he's the one that main guys they would go for. So if they get a good pass in, the likes of Kev Tan, who's one of the good setters in the GB, will pass it to Monroe, who will use the experience to either tip or big hits. And the likes of Charlie's very clever when he's at the front of the court. He's a big block, so big block on both sides.
Well, we've got one more thing. We've got a little special guest, Justin, to help deliver the match ball. It is Help for Heroes on serve and delivered in true fashion to Wazza by a robot. I know you know the story a little bit more about this, Justin, so I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, so this is one of Sitting Bucks sponsorship, Starship. They're sponsorship of Sitting Bucks. They're just using their equipment to pass the first ball to John Worrell here.
There you go.
As I know as Wazza.
Great to see some of the support network for the programme up in the stands. as well. Ian Legrand made an early appearance up. We'll see him later in Formallo, but he's come up, obviously a big part of the sitting programme. But we are back ready to get underway in this sitting Grand Prix final. Help for Heroes Sitting Bucks. We are underway. As Help for Heroes able to transition early on. The first couple of attacks into block, but we're going to have a violation called by our second referee, Rita Grimes.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of net touch as they were going to hit the ball there from Francis. Unfortunately, he went to go and hit and touch the top of the net, so point for Sitting Bucks. I think I was saying to Rob before the game, I think Sitting Bucks, this is where they might dominate from serving. If they can get the weak points on the other team, they'll dominate.
Well, it is a strong, aggressive first serve for Bucks by Jeffrey, but doesn't matter as Help for Heroes able to find a way.
Yeah, I have a little joke with Kev Tan now and again. He's not really a morning person. It takes him a few points to warm up. As we could tell there, his first touch wasn't great.
And that will bring Daniel Kitcher to the service line, the lefty. A little tight set, little kick save there by Knight.
Unfortunately there, Francis didn't finish the action. He made the swing, but unfortunately didn't finish the action. That's why it went out.
But beautiful left-handed kick by Michael Knight there in the middle of the rally.
Yeah, you can do that with sitting volleyball. You can kick it with your foot, you can hit it with your head. As long as the ball goes up, I don't matter.
Keep it off the little Taraflex floor. It's your one job as a little tip. Good pick up by Richardson with the one hand. But again, the ball coming out to that right side with Pierre. And the ball eventually finding the floor. Good, a couple of digs out of one by Knight, but Pierre going to see a lot of action and a lot of swings today for the Help for Heroes side.
Yeah, you look like Rob Richardson. He'll make sure that ball comes up, make sure the play caps are ongoing, because you can see the confidence in there. He didn't have to look at it to make sure the ball goes out. In years of experience knowing that if that ball goes over your shoulder, over your head, that ball will go out.
And that one again, couple of serving errors early on for Help for Heroes adjusting to the venue. And ace, our first of the day by Colin Goodbrand, trying to hit that seam, attacking Kitcher in the back row.
Yeah, it's definitely worth going for the seams on the sitting volleyball court. It's quite tighter than the standing court, so if you're getting into seams, it's quite, making communication is key.
There's a monster block up by John Monroe. We'll see that one again. Lines it up perfectly through the middle. And the length of Monroe, able to slide to the right. And again, just that left hand coming down as that one just misses. But the middle battle is so fascinating with the kind of the reach and length through the middle of the court for both teams.
Yeah, middle position is such a tough position to play on a sitting volleyball court. You've got to have a 360 net to know what you're doing. But the likes, you've got Charlie Walker in there now and Kev and Monroe. They will definitely show how to play middle position you need in sitting volleyball.
As that one into Michael Knight's left shoulder, couldn't adjust the hands quick enough, and again you see that so much more in sitting, going more for the body. Yeah,
the likes of Michael Knight and Steve Smith, they're the two founders of Sitting Bucks. So Michael's only been playing about 4 or 5 years, but he's got experience of playing standing. But no, sitting is totally different.
And that one just landing inside the baseline. It was a little bit tight, but nonetheless perfect placement, and that puts the Sitting Bucks back into a 6-4 lead.
You can see the communication from Rob Richardson. He's dominating that court. He's showing where everyone needs to be, and that's what you need from a libero.
I think that deflected, not given by the lever line judge, so the ace is going to stand. I think there's definitely some accusations that Adrian touched it at the net. And whistle hadn't gone. A little bit of confusion down on the court on a Saturday morning.
Someone's a little bit too eager to serve there.
This time forces the overpass, but not ideal, and Richardson has to give up the free ball from the back. Tight joust, and they are going to reward Charlie Walker, who outmuscles Adrian at the net.
Yeah, you can definitely see Charlie's getting a little bit frustrated. He knows he's to make sure they get that first pass in. It needs to go to a setter in position 2, otherwise they can't get the rally they want.
As that one splits the hands of Pierre on the back row. So a little service run coming for John Munro. Help for Heroes indeed are going to use that first of 2 timeouts.
Yeah, they need to stop the momentum here. The runner serves 2 or 3 points and sitting volleyball, you can just get taken away from the set. You look at the likes of Charlie Walker now, he's speaking to his team, he's showing what he wants. He just can't cool, calm and collective. He will get angry, but unfortunately you've just got to listen to what he needs you to do, and I'm sure that Help for Heroes will come back into this.
And obviously that's probably the one noticeable difference between the two teams. Help for Heroes don't have a libero. Obviously the Sitting Bucks have Rob Richardson, so again, less ways that you can hide people in that serve-receive unit.
No, exactly. When you can see that runner serves and Sitting Bucks, they've just been Rob in. He'll just make sure that that first pass gets in. And the thing is, the likes that you look at Help for Heroes, they've got some strong passers. But like I said, they need a libero in there, but they've got some strong passers. So hopefully this first serve comes in, big high ball into position 2, and they can either use middle on Charlie Walker or outside to Wazza.
So 30 seconds up, and John Monroe back again at the line. This time Pierre handles it well. Offense set up, but Richardson able to make the dig. As Adrian there at the net, long arms, and buries the ball once again. And the Sitting Bucks first into double digits in this Grand Prix final. 10-4 their lead. As Help for Heroes scrambling but can't control the ball.
Like I said at the start of the game, I think this is the key Sitting Bucks. They've got really strong service players. So the likes of John Monroe and Kevin Tan, they're getting a run of serves. It will take the set away. Just as I said that, he serves into the net.
I don't know if he served into net or if that was the one that Adrian caught on the way through as well. But either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Same result. You don't get the point. We just have to fight over who gets the error on the stat sheet. As that one, a little bit of frustration. Rob Richardson, you just see there, just shaking his head. A bit of miscommunication of who was taking that serve.
Yeah, good serve by Frank there. He went to the seams in between Michael and Rob there and got the point.
As that one short, directed at Michael Knight. Richardson handles it well on second touch. As that one is just perfectly placed onto the front court line, right in the gap.
You can see that's a perfect volleyball knowledge there. The guy has been playing standing for a while, Adrian. So he's just gone to sit in the last 6 months. You can see he's just gone to the high reach there and just tipped into position tips. Charlie would be very happy there because he would have seen the high hand and made sure they would have read the hit.
And Steve Smith having a quick chat with Rita Grimes about something, but that's a massive serve. Well kept up by the Help for Heroes team as Tan applied the service pressure. Longest rally of the final so far, but it ends with a perfectly placed ball. Kitcher right onto the back line.
Yeah, that's very clever of him. He found a little space in position back 6 and went over the head of Rob there and it landed just on the line. Perfect point there for Help for Heroes. You can see the communication there by Rob, making sure the passing unit's perfect. Great passing there to Kev.
As Wazza finds the outstretched middle hands and Sitting Bucks not able to recycle the ball off the net.
Yeah, Wazza might not have a powerful bit, but he's very clever at what he does in position 3. He's going to roll it, he's going to tip it into spaces, and as you can tell, it confused the Sitting Bucks there and won the point. Big block there by Jochum.
As that one recycled, or attempted to be recycled off the block, instead finds the fingertips and deflects out wide. And again, you see that a lot more in Sitting, that you're a lot more happy to kind of play for the recycle ball, reset the offense.
Yeah, definitely. It's worth going for. You can't hit every single ball, and you can see he worked it off top of the block, and he's won the point.
Nice early call by Charlie Walker there as...
Great defence there by Monroe.
Again, pace of the ball, and that one, no block touch on it as Pierre went big, missed on the cross court.
Yeah, great cross court hit there. I think he tried to go for Michael Knight's hand, but Michael knew what he was doing there and dropped him a little bit. It's just a bit it'd be frustrating for the coach here. They want to run a serves here, and his second or third serve keeps going to the net. It's just frustrating as a coach. You'll see that you want to run a serves. Unfortunately, it just didn't go in.
The old avid saying, that's why the middles don't play in the back row too often. Even the service line can sometimes not be their best friend.
Yeah, I heard that a lot from Ian Legrand, who was my coach over the years, and yeah, I was in middle, but managed to get back out into out on the out position 4, so I didn't have to play middle hits.
So again, a little conflab over at the scorers table. We're back underway, 14-9, the Sitting Bucks lead. Make that 15-9. As that one goes down the line by Goodbrand for the winner.
I'm not sure whether that was a proper hit or a lovely little tip down the line, but point is a point in my eyes. There's a difference between sitting as well. Like you see at the net now, the guys can block serves compared to standing. That first pass is not going into the setter, so they can't get a good run of hits here.
That's a really smart play by Michael Knight, going early over, finding the gap, and yeah, the Student Sitting Cup this year, I think that's the thing that the players had the most fun with, was being able to block and counter-block serves, and it definitely caused some carnage. These players a lot more experience, but not enough experience there, as Charlie Walker put that one up in the air, but neither of the front row players could get to it.
Yeah, I say to the women's team, the men's team know as well, communication is key. The ball drops in between both of those players. That's a great block there by Colin, and a great block.
This is final number 1 and 2 of the day, and as another service error drops in as Jeffrey finds the bottom of the net for that one.
Yeah, you can see Steve, he'll be writing that in his little black book there, making sure that he'll have that stats for after. Just a shame that's 3 or 4 that's been served into the net now, unfortunately.
Lovely high receive, able to go with the bump set, good aggressive swing, but a massive pickup by Charlie Walker. And Sitting Bucks can't convert. That all comes from the defense of Charlie Walker.
Yeah, definitely. Charlie's one of our best defensive players in GB. He knows where to get to. He gets that ball high up to the set, and it wins some points.
As joust at the net, and they're going to call a net touch on top of the net. The wrist just trapping it, trying to have it on the trap ball.
Yeah, definitely. You get a lot of them. You just got to make sure you get it at the right time. The referees will catch you. Sometimes they don't, but most of the time they do.
A couple of times we've seen Help for Heroes win those net battles, as that one is swung cross court, just misses the line. Beautiful sharp angle by John Monroe, but unfortunately not quite sharp enough.
Yeah, great hit there, but unfortunately just didn't finish the action. That's the ball out, unfortunately. One of the GB's best hitters in for GB at the moment.
As the set out to the left side, and Naduka finds the block, but gets the block out, and all of a sudden Help for Heroes starting to cut into this gap. It's down to just 4.
Yeah, exactly. You get a run of serves and sitting volleyball, you're straight back in this. As you can tell, look, they're not very confident in their serve receive here, and you can see Rob's getting very frustrated.
And that's going to allow a timeout as head coach Stephen Smith calls one to have a little talk with the team. At run of points in a row for Help for Heroes, starting to claw their way back into set 1, and it is so easy in the sitting game to go on service runs.
Yeah, exactly. Like I say, you got 3 or 4 serve goes back in after a timeout, because you see that and a lot maybe in standing and sitting. The opposite team take a side out, and you come back on, and then the team that are serving puts it straight into a net or straight out. They've just got to make sure they've got the mental ability to stay back on court and get the first serve in and get the set even closer.
So both teams have used 1 timeout apiece in this opening set. Let us know where you're watching from as well in the comments, who you're supporting in this Grand Prix final. And reminders also action underway on court number 1 in the under-16 boys finals. Urmston Grammar take the first set over the lead scores. That one, Jess Smith and Oliver over there. But we appreciate all of you joining us here for this sitting Grand Prix finals. We're back underway as that one tipped deep into one over the top of John Worrell's hand and in the court.
Yeah, you can see Colin Goodbrand there. He saw the gap and went for it in the middle position. That's a really good tip into backcourt because the boys didn't know whether it was going in or out.
There's the middle attack run, and that one on the line. Beautiful piece of hitting by Induke, and we'll have a look at that one again on the replay. Just first time we've really seen the middle go quick, and that one right onto the sideline.
Yeah, it was very close to go out, but that was a really good hit there by Francis there to get the ball in. Steve didn't know if it was going in or out, but it was a really good point.
And middle one goes middle two. No real appeals except from the commentary team about a block touch, but nothing from the sitting Bucks.
Yeah, you can see a better view up here. That's what I think anyway. But I thought it was a block touch out there by John Monroe, but from the referees, they didn't give the point.
And a big service miss by Pierre, who had a chance to cut that gap to 1 point, but he misses on the baseline, and that'll allow Adrian to come back into the game through the middle. As a little bit miscommunication. That one tipped, but tipped onto the line, agonisingly for Colin Goodbrand, who was seeing it roll long and was hoping it creeped out, but it caught the back piece of the tape.
Yeah, you could definitely see these two teams are very edgy at the moment. It's getting to that time of set where they don't know whether to hit, whether to tip, and you could definitely see it in the passing from the serve. They're very not getting to their positions.
Service pushed line, good rescue by Help for Heroes. It's a great piece of work by Kev Tan. But, points gone the other way.
Oh, I think it was a net touch there by John Monroe. Kev's set there was just a bit too close to the net, so he just tried to tip over, but unfortunately, like I said, a few other points, his wrist just touching that, unfortunately.
I was too busy watching the ball, not the referee.
Yeah.
So, Help for Heroes, 7 down at 1 point, have a chance to tie it up at the golden part of the set. As defensive pickup in the back row, but misses on the swing. Does Ava, who had a great opportunity.
Yeah, he was there, he's ready to hit it, but unfortunately just the missed touch of the ball made sure the flight of the ball actually just didn't go down. It went straight up and went out.
As great athleticism. That one rescued, but Sitting Bucks still control the rally as Richardson scrambling. Free ball given up, not
this
handled.
This is what Help the Heroes are really about. They make the ball does not die.
This is rally of the match so far. Big swing into the block of Charlie Walker. Back long tip. And Walker's left hand deflects the ball into John Moore, who was not expecting it. And Sitting Bucks win an absolute monster rally.
Yeah, that just showcases Sitting Volleyball, how good the rallies are. Help for Heroes did not let that ball die. Oh, that was a good cheeky part.
And Sitting Bucks don't even. They convert. Tan on the cross court. Back-to-back steals of points for Sitting Bucks, and they control set one, as you see Tan there finding the gap.
Yeah, it's a really good cross-court tip there by Kevin Tan. He found the space and went for it, and the guys weren't ready.
As the shout was out, but played by Kitcher.
Yeah, you can see John Worrell there was very happy against that block there against Kev Tan. You can see the excitement in his face. I think that was a bit of a personal one, I thought.
So Help for Heroes into the 20s, but they've got some work to do to take set one of the final. As that one pushed in the air, and unfortunately Pierre and Naduka getting in each other's way. Yeah. One could play the ball, one couldn't, but not a lot you can do when you're not going to climb all over your teammate.
Yeah, you could see he went for it. The ball went up in the air. He just couldn't turn his neck 360 degrees to get the ball up. But there, you can see here now the spirits of Help for Sitting Bucks. They're just taking away the set here. They've called a timeout. Help for Heroes. They're just going to make sure they get that first pass in to maybe keep the set alive.
Indeed, and they will have a talk about it needing to find at least 4 in a row. Stranger things have happened in a set of volleyball.
Yeah, you could definitely tell. It's 100%. It may be 1 point, but like I say, get that first pass in, and you'll get that point. The runs of serves, and then sitting bucks will start getting nervous, and they might be able to get that first pass in. You never know. There's still points to win in this set.
So, Kev Tan back at the service line, 4 set points.
Good pass in.
As the ball given up to Richardson, offense in system for Bucks. As Worrell tries to find the corner, Richardson able to help Tan out on that one. As that one is tipped onto the line by Charlie Walker, set point 1 saved.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that the ball was just a little bit too close to the net, so he just used it, just knuckled it into deep 6, and it's won the point for Help for Heroes. As you can tell, there's 2 or 3 points in it. Charlie gets a good run of serves, really good serve here by Charlie.
Set point 2 save, middle run for Adrian, and we'll have a look at that one again. Justin, beautiful piece of blocking.
Yeah, they got right into the middle, so they pinch block into the middle against Adrian, and the ball just went straight down.
I think it was Pierre that will get credit for that one, as 2 set points down, 2 more potentially saved as Walker makes the dig. Tight ball. Tan sets Adrian off the hands of the block of Pierre and Worrell, and the Help for Heroes can't claw back from behind, and Sitting Bucks take set 1 of this Grand Prix final, 25-22. So welcome back to Sir David Wallace Sports Hall, set 1 of this Grand Prix final, 25-22 to the Sitting Bucks, and they jumped out early into that 7-point lead, Justin, and from there they just really controlled the set. It was good for Help for Heroes. They started to establish the middle a little bit more, but ultimately that serve-receive unit just didn't help them out, and they never quite had that ball control in set number 1.
Yeah, exactly. They had that 7-point lead heading into the middle part of that set, and unfortunately Help for Heroes just couldn't get it back, and you could tell towards the end of the set there was 2 or 3 points in it, and they just couldn't get it back. And hopefully it's Help for Heroes will start a little bit quicker in this set, and it could be a bit more tougher game. But I feel like it wasn't like last year when Help for Heroes took the first set against these guys. Sitting Bucks have come out come out really quickly, high, hard and fast with their passing and their setting and their hitting. So hopefully Help for Heroes can come back and get back it to 1-1. But if Sitting Bucks have the way they played in that last set, unfortunately they might go on to make it 2-0.
As you said at the top of the broadcast, that these two teams have battled all year long, met in every final. They've split the regular season 3-3. We know Sitting Bucks have rotated a little bit more of their roster throughout the Grand Prix series, but there's only twice all season there was clean sweeps. This Grand Prix only played the best of 3, but 4 of the finals went to that deciding set. So we do expect a fight back from Help for Heroes. The teams have changed ends, and we are getting ready for set number 2. It's Paul Jeffrey on the service line, as Richardson makes the dig left-handed. Tan gets there to rescue the ball. And again, the middle run, but again, Pierre can't connect too long.
Yeah, you can see there, Rob gets it up, and then Kev comes in there with a cheeky little pancake to keep the ball up, and it just got the ball back over.
As Worrell plays that one, and Pierre trying to set for his normal setter in Frank Ava, but a misconnection from those two.
Yeah, they're going for down position 1, and Wazza just couldn't get that ball into position 2 to pass the ball.
As monster block by Michael Knight. We'll have a look at that one again on the replay. Lines it up and just puts it straight back on the lap.
Yeah, Michael would love
Francis. As Worrell can't handle the serve. That block, thing of beauty, and it's never what you want, the ball literally landing at your own lap after hitting it.
Yeah, it's a lovely feeling when you get that big block in. You can see that through Michael there. These runner serves is taking Sitting Bucks away in this set. Great serve here by Paul.
So 5-0, nearly 6. That one awkwardly off the net tape. Tan does a great job. Massive save. And they're gonna call a save, but an illegal save. Backside, not anywhere near the floor, but we appreciate the hustle and the effort.
Yeah, it was a great little up there by Francis, but unfortunately, like you said, it was just a little bit illegal. Unfortunately, the point goes to Sitting Bucks. Yeah, you can see Help the Heroes here. They just need to stop the momentum here by Sitting Bucks on their serving, and they've just took a timeout.
I mean, that's always the coaching dilemma, right? And you've been in this situation. How long do you leave it? How much do you trust your team to make the adjustment? But the problem is, like, you don't want to burn an early timeout, but all of a sudden you're 7-0 down, and it's like, maybe you could have called it 3 points ago.
Yeah, it's just a bit with the players as well. You've got to make sure that the captain on court has the experience to say, right, as a coach you think, right, I'll take the timeout, but as a captain they should take the timeouts as well, just to come in, give yourself time to relax and go from here. Like you say, you don't want to burn the first timeout, but I think this is a correct decision to come off court and just give themselves 30 seconds to be ready. As you can see, they're on court, ready to go, and they've got fully focused to get this ball up. As you can see, Wazza, he's just in his head at the moment. He just needs to get himself out of his head, get that first ball into position 2, and they'll run points from there.
So out of the timeout, it's still Michael Knight at the service line. I don't think he'll mind being here for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's a lovely position to be in, especially if the balls are going in.
As that one put back over again, Bucks controlling the rally. As a tight ball. And Michael Knight this time wanted to be sat at the service line. Instead he got in the way of a ball that his teammates got a late shout about. And Help for Heroes eventually get themselves on the board.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get himself out of the way of it, but unfortunately just clipped his hand and got the touch out of court.
So Help for Heroes fought back in set 1, the start of the comeback here in set 2. As Nduka into the block of Goodbrand for the winner.
Yeah, good hit there. He's hitting down on the block, so he knows the ball is going to be on their side when it comes off the block.
As that one, again, block, but Induka not able to get all the way across from that far side to pick up that ball.
Yeah, you can see John Monroe goes into hit, and the defence that come in behind it to make sure if it does get blocked, the ball does come up so they can recycle it and get the ball over again.
As that one not handled with the ace again. The Sitting Bucks serving pressure's been so effective.
Yeah, you can see he's just getting frustrated himself. He's in his head here. He just needs to get that ball in. Just forget about that last point and go from there, because you look at Sitting Bucks, they'll see that and they're right, this is the weak player that we need to go for.
Another rally, but again, just a bit of an overpass, and again, Colin Goodbrand, almost like Christmas.
Yeah, you can see on Sitting Bucks' side, they're just cool, calm and collected with the ball, and it'll help the Heroes who are just a bit too erratic and balls going into positions they don't need to be in. The Sitting Bucks are just taking their time, finding the spot and winning the point.
As Richardson sets up Tan, that's a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shot by the GB men's head coach there, Kevin Tan. Saw the gap, went for it, cross court. You see the excitement in his face, and a lovely big hug there by Robert Richardson.
Libero to kill as that one just misses the sideline.
Yeah.
But if you're going to miss the serve, that's how you miss it.
Yeah, it's so close. It was Michael Knight would have been so happy if that went in, but fortunately, it just didn't land where he wanted it.
Again, a little bit of miscommunication on the Help for Heroes side, but John Monroe unable to get to the dig to keep the ball up. Stephen Smith not overly happy despite the 7-point lead.
Yeah, Frank would be so frustrated. That second ball needs to go to a setter.
As that one hits the back line for the ace by Pierre, despite the half-hearted appeal.
Yeah, it was very close, but Jocko found the gap and went for it.
As Tan lines up on the cross court, and again, Kevin Tan's able to go so steep from that left side, being a left-handed hitter. It's not something you see a lot of, but that tight angle really catching out the block.
Yeah, he's such a big hitter. He just needs to, you can see it, he make sure he's leaning back. He's going to try and hit on top of the block, and he's managed to find it and won the point. Communication on Sitting Bucks' side here is amazing. They're all calling where they need to go. Oh.
As that one sneaks inside the antenna, Kevin Tan, I think, thought it was going to hit it, but really sharp piece of work by Charlie Walker on the tight angle to get it, squeeze it inside, and finds the winner as well for a bonus.
Yeah, you can see the laughter in his face here. The set was just a bit too far out, but he managed to reach over and get that point for him.
As Monroe this time again on the cross court.
Yeah, Kevin Tan, great back set there into John Monroe in position 2, and he had a massive empty gap across court and found it.
Yeah,
Charlie just didn't reach, unfortunately.
Can't blame the middle for being fooled by that one. We haven't seen many back sets in this final. As that one squeezes through the block, good work by Charlie Worrell. Yeah,
Charlie's very experienced in the middle. He saw the gap in position 2 and position 3. So that was more of an A-B kind of shot. So he's gone in position for an A and managed to hit into position B.
Scramble, and Adrian gets that all types of wrong. I think he thought it was going to be a play for Charlie Walker in the middle, but that one crept over the net and caught him napping.
Yeah, Adrian there, just a bit inexperienced, unfortunately didn't get a point. And as well, his dad's on the bench, Jude. He's the assistant coach for Sitting Bucks as well. So he's got a bit more pressure having his dad on the bench as well with Jude, watching him from the bench.
As Paul Jeffrey sent that serve back with intent straight into and through the counter block.
Yeah, with Kev Tan here, really good topspin serve if he goes for it.
Beautiful work on the recovery. That one tight on the net and into the net. That's going to be a double touch or a lift. Take your pick. Either way, an error by Kitchup. And all of a sudden, Sitting Bucks have just clawed that momentum back as Help for Heroes were trying to bring their way back into this final, but it's back up to 7. As the kick save, no good this time by Michael Knight, trying to not kick his teammate, but there's going to be a violation called instead on Help for Heroes.
Yeah, Michael Knight there should have come in and took it as a setup. Unfortunately, he just couldn't get to it, and Adrian wasn't watching the ball over his shoulder, and that's when the point dropped.
Well, no, they called a violation, and I think we both missed it.
Apologies.
Oh, back row attack.
Apologies on
There you go. Great job by our producer, Shiloh, spotting that one while we were too busy watching the ball. As middle run, we're all able to keep it up, but can't quite get his hand placement right to keep the ball on the Help for Heroes side. And again, Sitting Bucks just in control. It's now a 9-point lead, their biggest of set number 2.
Yeah, Help Heroes have just not started in both sets, and Sitting Bucks have just taken the set away from them in both sets. And I can see we've got, what are we now, 9 points in front. I think this set is done, unfortunately. As I say that, Kev Tan hits it out.
If you're going to have a service, I suppose 8 or 9 points up in a set, it's probably better than a 1-point swing.
Yeah, like I see, it's a beautiful serve there by Kevin Tan. Unfortunately, just didn't dip in to get the point.
As middle attack gone, Rob Richardson celebrating. I'm not quite sure why. That one was halfway to Leicester.
Yeah, he tried to reach on top of the block, and then Rob tried to get a cheeky point out of it.
Referees all over that one as Francis Naduka gets that all levels of wrong.
Yeah, he's got too much power in those arms, and he didn't get it to the position he needed to.
And Help for Heroes will use that second timeout, trailing 18-10.
Yeah, I think this set is done, unfortunately. They're just having slow starts in this set, and it's just Sitting Bucks are taking it away from them. 7-8 points, you can come back to it, but the experience that they've got on court, the experience they had over in Bosnia and different European competitions, they know that they're ahead by 8-9 points, and they'll take it on to win this set, I think.
As Help for Heroes now, it's about momentum, if anything. Try and find a way. This set, as you said, probably done, but can you get some run and some confidence going into set 3? Because reverse sweep is on the cards. It is possible.
Yeah, exactly. You could be 2-0 down and still come back and win 3-2. But like I said, they've got to take a bit of momentum going in and doing the basics, and the simple game of sitting volleyball is fantastic. It's great for me to say it up here, but you have to do it on court. Just simple communication, high ball in, making sure the setter's got enough time to set out to position 3, 1, 6, 5 or 4 and be able to win the point.
All starts with a good pass, and that's what the Help for Heroes get out of the timeout. And as cool as you like, Pierre over the block, short of the defence.
Yeah, you can see it. Charlie said this is how we should play sitting volleyball. High ball in, 3 touch, third ball goes to Jochum, and Jochum pounds it down for a point.
As that one tight, big pick up by Walker. That's going to be illegally kept up by Nduka. Again, the athleticism, but sadly, no legal body part anywhere near the floor.
Yeah, so for a big guy like him, he can manage to lean all the way back and get the ball over. But like I say, unfortunately, it gets done for a violation of having no body part on court.
As that one sneaks over the net, catches Worrell by surprise, and maybe not a surprise, it's who's causing the damage at the service line. Paul Jeffrey once again, who had that service run to start this set and put his Sitting Bucks team in full control.
Great cross-court hit there by Kevin at position 1.
As another long rally ensuing. This one a little bit more under control as Nduka trying to rescue it, but called once again for lifting. Here's a... Again, Rosie, you may be a little bit new to sitting. Money, you've got to keep your backside on the floor. That's the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, in simple words, keep that bum on the floor. It's just that Charlie there, just talking to the ref about Steve Smith calling for stuff straight at the referee, but I think they've called it down a little bit here. It's back to the point.
And that one by Nduka goes over the line.
Yeah, unfortunately, they tried to hit off the top of the block there by with Colin and Mr. Knight over there, but unfortunately didn't touch and went out. Great serve there. Down the line, position 5-1 is winning points. I think with Monroe there, he just went for it. He didn't sit back and go for a hit. He just didn't get the right angle on it, unfortunately, to get a point back. 10 points, I just don't think they're able to do it, but you never know. Communication there by Help for Heroes.
It doesn't matter when you can squeak the ball over and find the gap in the back row. Paul Jeffrey tried to get his left hand there, but couldn't control the touch.
Yeah, point's a point.
As that one recycled over by Monroe, and the Bucks move to 2 points away.
Yeah, they've just got experience here. The likes of John Monroe, the likes of Kevin Tan and Rob Richardson. They work well as a team, and then the other guys that are in the team, they're just taking it away from Help for Heroes. And unfortunately, the guys have just not turned up in this final.
As that one, Tan blocked, somehow recycled by the Bucks. That looked like it was going to be a block kill, but another long rally and killed off down by Goodbrand, and sitting Bucks move to 11 set points after tremendous piece of work by both teams.
Yeah, I think the guys were calling out there, and Kev Tam went for it. Luckily, the boys helped him out here and got the point back.
So 11 set points for a 2-0 lead in the Grand Prix final. That one sits on the net tape for an age as Richardson back set, and this time Monroe misses on the cross court, leaning back.
Yeah, it's a very wild swing there by John Monroe, but luckily the boys are 10 points clear then, so that he's not too bothered about it. But if that was 24-24, I think Steve Smith won't be very happy.
As Monroe goes, gets the touch, and that will end the set 25-14. The sitting Bucks take it, and they have a 2-0 lead in the Grand Prix final.
Yeah, the guys have just not turned up, Help the Heroes. They were 5, 6, 7 points behind, and they just couldn't get back into the set, and that's 2-0 for sitting Bucks. They're comfortable, and I think they might take on the next set and win this cup.
And it is annual award season, and instead we've got our annual interview as Joanna Cook's come to join me, the British Volleyball Federation Performance Manager. Thank you for popping up. How's the year been?
Yeah, it's been brilliant, thank you. It's been very competitive. The squads have been competing and playing well. It's nice to see a number of the members here on court, giving them everything they can in the final, so really good.
And obviously some new faces this year, so a new players kind of coming through the pathway, not just in this final, but we've seen them on the circuit all year. How pleasing is it that community is starting to grow, and obviously just on a domestic stage, but also the national stage with the sitting Bucks visit last week to Bosnia?
Yes, yeah, the Bosnia trip was incredible, and it's really good to see them competing internationally against other international clubs, which has been great. Also, as you say, brilliant to see that sitting volleyball is growing, getting new athletes in. The likes of Adrian down there on the sitting Bucks team is just one of many that are playing for their club, but also coming and training with the Great Britain team now, and the growing numbers is really positive as they kind of learn and understand and see how exciting sitting volleyball can be.
Indeed, and obviously fun. And obviously you can head to the Volleyball England website. All the clubs are listed on their contacts as well. But I was to talk about is step forward again. Obviously the sitting volleyball calendar is so different compared to it that a lot of happens kind of over the summer now. So what are kind of that next step plans for the GB teams as they kind of prepare for the next cycle?
Sure. So the GB team have gone through a really big overhaul in the last year. So we've really been focusing on domestic training. We've got a great setup at Lilleshall National Sports Centre now, and they're brilliant in terms of having that as our home. So we've been building that a lot. The men have just been invited to an Italian training camp. So we'll be heading there in July. It'll be a friendly competition against the likes of the Netherlands, the Italian team, maybe Slovenia and a couple of others. So that'll be a really good, friendly experience to just build on some competitive kind of action as well as a really good training camp.
Yeah, it'll be all action non-stop for these athletes, and obviously a final, these two teams have battled it out. It's maybe not going exactly how we thought with how close these two teams are, but this Help for Heroes team don't know how to give up easily.
No, they are fighters, and let's see how the third set goes, and hopefully into a thrilling 5-setter, because that would be a really good display of a great sport.
Set 3 is about to start, but we appreciate you popping up, and nice to have you back with us, and I know you'll be around all weekend as well. So that is the
pleasure.
Performance manager for the Federation, Joanna Cook, and no bad words about one of her appointees on the women's side, which I'm sure he'll be happy with. So set 3 getting underway here in the Grand Prix final, and the Sitting Bucks looking to close this one out and not allow a 5-setter. They win point number 1 of this third and potentially final set. It is a final set for them if they can win it. As Justin's back alongside me, and it's a big challenge mentally, if anything, now for Help for Heroes to try and claw back, as obviously losing that set to 14. This momentum's really gone one way, and mistakes like that just haven't helped. You can see they're just not bringing their best volleyball.
Yeah, it's the first 2 sets, they're starting slow. This third set, I thought they'd just have the momentum to start a little bit quicker, but like I say, Sitting Bucks are winning the first couple of points, and they're just having to chase every single set they've played so far. So hopefully they've got their mindset to come back. Big block.
And we'll have a look at that one once again, as all lined up on John Munro, the double block up there.
Yeah, really good block there by Jochum J. He got his hands up, finished the action, and that ball just went straight back down, straight in front of John Munro's lap. He won't be happy with that one.
So Kitcher back to serve, finds Richardson, as Munro tries to take some off it, but takes too much off halfway up the net. He shakes his head in frustration at himself.
Yeah, I think Jochum's in his head a little bit here. He tried to roll shot it, not the usual John Munro power hit cross court, and he's trying to tip it over, but Jochum's there again. Win the point for Help for Heroes. It's a point again there for Help for Heroes. Really good run of serves here. Keeps them in the set.
Well, put it this way, 3-2 up is a lot better than 10-2 down as they were in that second set. As Richardson again, the target on serve receive, and that one is absolutely demolished. Francis Ndugo, welcome to the final.
Yeah, we like to call that the best pass in the world from the opposite team. He's got a bit of a gap there, and he's absolutely pounded that down for a point.
Good luck digging that one. As that one by Richardson into the net on the serve receive.
Yeah, see here, Steve Smith's not very happy with the run of serves here. It's the first time Sitting Bucks have been behind. I'm not too sure. Sitting Bucks have been behind in the both sets here. And to the third set, good run of serves. 6-2 now, I think.
As a little bit of complaining from the Sitting Bucks team, and the block attempt on the serve by Munro instead took the ball away from Richardson.
Yeah, I think Rob was just complaining to a referee about Wazza being just in front of the service. He's blocking view from the server at the service line, so they're not able to see where he's serving.
I think it's really difficult for the referees because they don't have an angle to work out exactly where the screen is coming from. Are they directly in line of vision? They have to sit somewhere on the court.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's quite big in sitting volleyball. If you just get in front of the blocker, you're blocking views, and it's very difficult as a passer on the opposite team to find it. But teams find a loophole or a way just to block off the server, unfortunately.
As that one, big block by Nduka again, who's all over set.
Yeah, really big block there by Francis. Big block, one hand, ball goes down. Thank you very much. Back to the service line.
As that one pushed deep onto the back row. Tan has to scramble to get there, can't attack the ball. And Help for Heroes again find a way to keep the ball alive. Hands up from Stephen Smith. I'm not quite sure how either team have kept this ball and the rally going as long as they have, as Tan calls early. Overset for the middle, and Ava tries to be aggressive but just finds the block instead.
Yeah, you can see John Monroe there. He knew that second ball was going over, got his hands over the net, and the ball just went straight back on the opposite side.
In fact, it's another one where I was convinced that was a Help for Heroes point and I wasn't looking at the referee signalling. Yeah. So it was the sitting Bucks point and make it 2 in a row. As again, service pressure being applied. This time it's Goodbrand with it as Ava this time goes on 2 and finds the attack. Stephen Smith not happy, wanting the lift.
Yeah, I think I have Steve Smith. He's an experienced sitting volleyball coach. He understands everything. He knows what's going on. So he will call it. And in my eyes, yeah, it was a little bit close, but I think that was okay with my eyes.
Well, it's one of those that maybe coming back from international competition as well, probably get called abroad, may not get called exactly the same domestically, as Adrian runs it into the double block.
Yeah, great read there by Charlie Walker. Double block against Adrian and the ball goes down.
Monroe cross court, big pick up in Nduka, and Worrell able to convert on touch 2. Rob Richardson just looks skywards, laughing. Nothing you can do about that one.
Yeah, it was just a quick reaction there by John Worrell. He gets the ball back over and it just drops just in front of him.
And timeout called by head coach Stephen Smith. Wants to talk it over. It's a 10-5 lead for the Help for Heroes as they try and extend this Grand Prix final.
Yeah, like I said earlier on, this is the first time sitting Bucks have been behind in a set. So let's just see what they're like, and I think this is good for Help the Heroes. They've got the momentum of they've got 4 or 5 points ahead, I can see. So hopefully they can just take it on, calm down, and just keep that lead, heading up to 20 to 15, and hopefully take this on to another set.
Yeah, a lot of these sets all year have been tight. Looking back at some of the history, we said 4 of the games have gone tiebreakers. The last Help for Heroes win was 25, 20, 15, 13 in sets 2 and 3. So they've got experience closing out tight sets.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, they can come back from anything. And like I say, Help for Heroes are army guys. They don't know when to give up. So they will keep on pushing and pushing until the end. They're going to make it hard for themselves. They're 2 sets down. But like I say, you never know. They get this set back. They take the momentum going into the next set. And then hopefully we're in for a 5-set thriller.
That one out of the timeout, not handled, no one alive to the ball, squirting off to the left. Wazza not able to move in time.
Yeah, like I said earlier on, it's just frustrating as a coach. You come back, first serves in, but it was a good block there at the net to make sure the ball don't come over.
Worrell with the little roll, almost like a beach shot.
Yeah, lovely little clever shot there by John Worrell. That's one of his little wazzer balls that he likes to do. Little roll shot over the top of the block there and just drops just in front of the defence.
That one might make a highlight reel as Adrian lines it up again. Looking for the high hands of Charlie Walker. Doesn't get there.
Yeah, Adrian's got a magnificent hit there, but he just didn't finish the action for the ball to come back into court.
As that one finds the winner, and Kev Tan back to serve. This is one of the better servers on the Bucks lineup.
Yeah, really good topspin serve or float serve that he's got. There we go.
And squares Pierre up in the chest.
I just don't like the gap. There's too many gaps at the front court, so he's got angles to get the ball in.
As Adrian can't convert on the free ball. That one rolling over. Wazza with the swing. Well picked up by Tan in one. As Jeffrey from that left side tries to go cross court, misses the sideline.
Yeah, he just didn't finish it. Like I say, if you don't finish your action and sit in volleyball, that ball isn't going to go into court. So Jeffries just didn't finish his action and it would come to the side of the net. Side of the court, apologies.
As Monroe has to push it deep. Pierre blocked by Adrian. Jade DeLake, and we'll have a look at that one again, just lines it up perfectly for the solo stuff.
Yeah, you can see with Adrian, he just got there and blocked the perfect block there by Adrian. You can see that he's got the experience of playing sitting volleyball now, so he just got in front of Jochum and the ball just went straight down.
But right now, the service pressure that was prominent in set 1 and 2 for Sitting Bucks just isn't there. Another service error, and the Help for Heroes continue to just hold a solid lead in this third set. Yeah. 14-9 the lead. Can they make it 15-9? They can, as that one lands on the line.
Yeah, you can see there's a bit of communication area there. Unfortunately, they're just speaking to the referees. They didn't know if it was in and out, but from what I could see here, it looked like it just dropped in.
As Richardson there for that one, a little bit short by good Brandon. Short works as the defense was a little bit deeper in the court and Charlie Walker couldn't make up the ground.
Yeah, I'm not sure what type of hit that is, but it's winning points from Colin. He don't know whether, I'm not sure if it was a tip or a roll or a power tip, but yeah, it's winning points.
A winner is a winner. As Richardson, athletic save. Free ball given up though for the Help for Heroes, and Frank Auer tries to get cute, however pushes it wide and just ends up flat on his back, head in his hands.
Yeah, he knows his teammates are looking at him right now because that was a perfect pass in, and unfortunately he went for the little second timer and it just didn't work out.
And nor did that serve for Michael Knight.
You can see the frustration in Steve's face there. That's 2 or 3 serves in a row. They've gone back to serve, but unfortunately, they're just not getting them in.
As Worrell calls for it early. Ball out to the side, double block up, and Auer there this time able to be aggressive and finds the winner.
Yeah, it's really good play here by Help the Heroes. They're not giving up on this. They're going to push and push towards 20 now and hopefully take the set, and we're going to a fourth.
As that one fought at the net. No arguments for that one. Again, Stephen Smith thinking about a timeout and is going to call it as the Help for Heroes extend the lead. And a big win at the net for Pierre, who's done a really good job in all the kind of joust situations. Everyone seems to be going back on the Sitting Bucks side, and Stephen Smith for the first time has a little bit of worry on his face.
Yeah, you can really tell they've gone a little bit quiet, Sitting Bucks. They're really loud and proud going into those first couple of sets. I think you can see this is the time where they show that they're national champions for the last 4 years, where they could just come back, take this 3-0, thank you very much, go out. But Help for Heroes will not allow this. Like Charlie Walker, you can see him there. He's making sure that every inch of the game is being spoken to. You can see he's telling them to calm down, making sure they're playing every point. If it's not there to hit, they'll come back, free ball it over, and go from there.
So 17-11 the lead for the Help for Heroes side, trailing 2 sets to 0 in this Sitting Grand Prix final. as they indeed tried to extend this game to a fourth, and as you heard the British Volleyball Federation performance manager say, maybe a fifth set.
As you can see, Rob saying about the blocking between serves.
As Rita Grimes having a long conversation with Deborah Smart at the scorers table. Two super experienced officials.
There's something going on there, having a little talk with each other on court, having a little laugh and a giggle.
What I could do with the referees' headsets to really understand the communication. The referees are headsetted up here at Cup Finals weekend, so they are able to hear the conversations ongoing.
I think it may be about rotation, or maybe who's serving.
Have we got the wrong server?
It might be one of them. They're just discussing things.
Who's down there that I know that can... there's Mr. Rob Payne. Can you listen in for us, Rob, please? Come on. Oh. Rita Grimes having a word with Stephen Smith.
I think Steve was just double checking to see if they got the right server, but from what we can see, they do have the right server.
Yeah. Rotation 3, I believe, is the signal. So Daniel Kitcher, after a very extended timeout, gets us back underway. In fact, it's 18-11. That's what we were checking. Make it 19-11 as Tan nets that one.
Yeah, it's a bit too erratic, that one from Kevin Tan. I don't think the hit was there. He still went for it, and you can see he just hit the bottom of the net there. He just needs to roll the shot over there, or maybe finding a gap on the other side to recycle it and go again.
As that one kick save over the net. We've seen that be pulled out a couple of times by Michael Knight, and a second time in the match they've won the point off it.
Yeah, I think this is they've won the point here. I think this is the time when Michael goes back, Michael Knight takes his time and making sure this ball comes into court. Because like I said, that's 3 or 4 points in a row. The first serve has not gone in.
Need to find out what football team he supports.
Hopefully it's not Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, it can't be with his athleticism keeping the ball up. Maybe it's a Southampton fan with the way they're playing at the moment.
Well, there's a few football fans on the court here, so we'll have to ask them.
I can say that as a Coventry fan, things have gone well. So things haven't gone well in the last couple of points for Help for Heroes, though. They've lost 2 in a row and a little bit chop change, and they decide to use one of their 2 timeouts. Really aggressive move by Charlie Walker to burn one, but doesn't want momentum to flip because we know how quick the service runs can be for the sitting Bucks.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the right decision because there's 2 or 3 points that they've not fully focused, and he just wants to get back onto the bench and making sure they're focused and ready to go. I think here with Steve Smith here, he's got the good benches with the likes of Rob and Jude as well as assistant coach, just making sure they're ready to fully focus to go again, because this is probably the right time to get a good run of serves and get them back in the set.
So, back underway, as that's a really tight ball right into the middle arc. Richardson able to get there on the cover, again joust at the net. Both teams continuing the rally, and a lovely swing by Monroe to win the point.
Yeah, really good experience there for John Monroe. He found the gap and went down. So it's good. I want to see. Oh, well, that's what I want to see from John Monroe. I want to see that he's got a really powerful hit, so hopefully he can keep that going.
As that one, good brand lined up, but didn't have no press on it, so that ball landing back on the sitting Buck side.
Yeah, very clever there by Francis. He saw that the ball weren't there to hit, so he just pushed it against the block and made sure the ball went down.
So changes on the rotation. Richardson off on the middles change. Good brand to serve, and that allows Adrian Jada Lake back onto the court through the middle. He's not had the strongest of performances, but we know he can change games.
Oh.
As that one wide on the pickup, and Help for Heroes continue just to fend off Sitting Bucks as they look to close out a third set.
Yeah, two really good teams. It's really good two teams competing against each other. Hopefully the teams that I play for, like the Panthers, we can get to this stage eventually in the next few years and just take good experiences away from these guys.
As the final has concluded on court number 1, and a big serve by Francis Nduka down the line.
Yeah, really good serve there. He found the gap, saw a weak spot and went for it. I think it's really good service point here. It takes him 7 points clear.
As that one short, Tan can't get the ball up, and Help for Heroes just in cruise control. We thought there might be a response, and they have responded emphatically.
Yeah, you can see Sitting Bucks just feel like they've let this set go a little bit. They've gone a little, oh, really good shot there, just as I spoke about. They're letting this set go.
And we'll have a look at that one. I think we're back. I don't know if we're back, but we're going to carry on as set 4 of this Sitting Grand Prix final is underway. We temporarily lost all internet in the building, which means streaming's really fun. But Help for Heroes did close out set number 3 convincingly, and they have the opening point of set number 4 in the Sitting Grand Prix final.
Yeah, you can see Danny there, gets the point, blocks it against John Monroe, ball goes down, first point to Help for Heroes. See that there by Rob Richardson, gets the balls up, gets the ball to John Monroe, and he gets it down to make it one apiece.
So 1-1 here, set number 4. As that one is along by Monroe.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest hit there by John Monroe. Very surprised on this one. And you can see again, Help for Heroes are taking the lead in the next set. This is what helped them get that third set back. Hopefully Sitting Bucks can get out of this rotation here and get the points back.
So that one, no hands by Tan. He was looking for it, but knew immediately he didn't get it.
Yeah, Kev again there. He's very erratic with his hitting, but if he does get the hits, that ball is going down. Free ball there by Kev Tan. Oh, there's a bit of a shout there for a double touch.
As that one on the cross-court angle.
An interesting celebration there by Steve Smith. I'm not sure that was a celebration of the referee there that did call a double touch, but I'm not too sure if he did do that. But it was a good point back there by Sitting Bucks. A delicate little touch there to win the point for Help for Heroes. Francis back to serve. Hopefully a good run of serves here could take him away to go. Oh, I thought there was a double touch there.
That one pushed deep again. Help for Heroes controlling the rallies that they didn't control early in the year, but it doesn't matter. Jada Lake on the cross court connects for that one.
Yeah, well, Steve Smith's talking to his captain here just to make sure that the referees are seeing this double touch again on the other side. He's just making sure, recognising that the referees know what's going on. But Adrian, what a great hit from position 4. The boy, he's got some future ahead of him. Hopefully we can keep him because he's looking into going to 2 sports, doing running and sitting volleyball. So hopefully his talent stays this way.
That one, Sitting Bucks pushing deep, and that one long by Tan. It was the lovely idea. Knew everyone was close to the net and had a chance in the back, but just a little bit long.
Yeah, it's like an Any Given Sunday quote. It's like a game of inches. Unfortunately, there was just those few inches that just went out of court.
That one, Adrian gets that all wrong. Just trying to go with a little roll over the block, but only rolled it into the hitting arc of Charlie Walker.
Yeah, that's breakfast for Charlie Walker. He's in front of it, so he's just blocking just in front of Adrian, and he'll have that saying thank you very much with his cup of tea.
And it's 6-3. Help for Heroes lead. Make that 6-4 as the serve from Ava only finds the block of Jeffrey.
Yeah, good block there by Jeffrey. The boys weren't watching at the net, just a counter block there.
As that one again, the serving from Sitting Bucks early in this game was phenomenal, but it's definitely cooled off a lot and has allowed Help for Heroes to really start controlling the possession game.
Yeah, not great there by Kevin Tan. He'd be very frustrated heading into the next point.
As we talk about timing, that one not controlled.
I think the big man Steve Smith's going to come in just to settle it down here, to have a coach on court and to play at the same time. He's very good, so I think he's coming in just to settle the guys down and make sure their heads in the game.
Yeah, and also, again, if it does go 5, maybe just a quick little bit of a rest as well. We know how tiring and taxing the movements on court are.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I've had a few games that have gone 5 sets, and you're looking about 2-3 hours moving around the court for that long period of time. You do get a little bit tired after a while.
Well, luckily the couple of sets may not have been close, so that's definitely cut down the length, but this one is starting to feel more and more like a 5-set. Another error on the Sitting Bucks side as Jeffrey can't control that, and Wazza will head back to serve with a 3-point lead. Set number 4, Grand Prix final at Loughborough University, the new home of indoor volleyball, and obviously where a lot of the sitting has been this year as well, as Richardson with a great dig, but unfortunately Dan couldn't quite find the pickup from his teammate.
You can feel the momentum going on to help the Heroes here. They're getting those 2-3 point leads. So if Rosa can get a good run of serves here, then maybe they can take a good run.
Smith misses on the down the line shot, just a little bit long, and you can see the frustration. Just I can hear it in your voice. He had the angle.
Yeah, it's just you can see the mistakes creeping into sitting Bucks here. They're just getting a little bit nervous. You can tell by the way they're hitting. They're not fully hitting the ball.
Sometimes it's easy to close out a game. What it isn't ever easy to do is close out a championship.
Yeah, it's definitely is. I've had a few in my time. You just get creeping a few errors. And you can see 2 hitting errors in a row here. And we've got a 6-point lead here. And look at the communication. Just not here. Robert Richardson's looking at everyone saying that was a pass in. Why is no one taking it here? And Michael Knight's talking to him. Kevin Tanner's a GB coach, will be getting involved as well.
And this is where not having a deep bench, you can't make that many changes with the liberos. No other changes for Steve Smith to really go and make as he sets up Monroe in the backcourt. But again, no winner found. Worrell there on the defensive effort. As Walker, I think that was a dig attempt, but put it over on one.
This is the right time to win a point. 3 ball over.
That one twice off the block. Again, defensive, reigning supreme, another monster rally. Sitting Bucks have won a lot of these throughout the game.
Yeah, they're just taking their time. The ball's not there to hit. They're going to hit.
As Walker,
beautiful.
Massive dig by Aber in the back row. And that one eventually won. Pierre and Naduka, scrambling Naduka got there. Richardson wanted a call. He stands up and it does well not to get carded.
Yeah, I think the
for his
passion
protestations.
Here. I think the passion here from Roger Richardson's took him over. Yeah, I think you might be right.
There we go. Prediction. Called it. First yellow of Cup final weekend goes to Rob Richardson.
We'll be having a conversation about that later.
But also sometimes it's a reaction to.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the reaction. It's just the passion of the game. He loves the sport. He thought he saw something in there and just went for the referee. But you've got to remember, he's been a GB captain and he's been the captain of Sitting Bucks before. But he just needs to remember that he's a libero today.
Yeah, but the other also thing is maybe it's a reaction just to send a message to the team with what's going on. I'm still here. I'm still fighting. We need to sort our act out as much as anything else. Sometimes it's a little bit of a veteran move.
Yeah, he's done it for. Another mistake here. That's another hitting error by Sitting Bucks. I think we're maybe looking at maybe 4 or 5 points that they've done hitting errors, serving errors, and as you can see here, so you take those 4 or 5 points away from it, it'll be a closer set.
So Pierre can't convert on that one.
Yeah, a bit of frustration coming out of Charlie Walker there. Like I said, he just wants a 3-touch volleyball, and Jocham just tried a second time it over. Unfortunately, he didn't go over.
But if you're going to make a mistake, making it 8 or 9 up, as we said in a couple of the earlier sets, the right time as counter block on the serve nearly required as Pierre got hand to it, but Sitting Bucks control and find a winner. Back to back again.
Yeah, the likes of Paul here, he got a good run of serves against Wazza last time, so hopefully Wazza could take this on and get the first pass in.
As Tan there, Monroe only can push over. As again the middle run, Smith there on the block, Walker calling early that he's got second touch. And that one fired long, another mistake.
Yeah, it was a little Monroe was trying to get a call and touch there. I thought there was a little bit of touch there, but I'm not the one making the decisions.
And also, there weren't many arguments from players, which is normally a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah, to be honest, as Sitting volleyball players, we call for absolutely everything.
I think all volleyball players do.
Yeah.
Worrell can't handle that one as Rob Richardson celebrates. Is that a libero kill officially on the stat sheet?
Yeah, love that on the stat sheet, Mr. Robert Richardson. I feel a hint of sarcasm in that point as well. He's just a little bit frustrated. He might be throwing his toys out the pram a little bit here. He wants the team to come back. They're not playing their best.
Someone might be in trouble in a few hours' time when he listens to it back.
Oh, he doesn't
that
mind.
One finds nothing except the line judge. That means it's out of court.
Just had a bit of a long hit there, unfortunately.
Again, Help for Heroes trying to establish the middle, but that time Stephen Smith smothering it.
Yeah, great little double block there by Steve Smith and John Monroe, closing the gap in between, pinch blocking and making sure that ball goes down.
Down the line, well picked up, scramble, and they're going to call a lift as Walker gets hit in the head by Stephen Smith after the whistle.
Hey.
And Charlie Walker not happy with that one.
Just a bit of talking on the call here.
Well, you never want to be hit when you've already been called for the point.
Yeah, exactly.
But shows how much this Grand Prix final title means to both sets of players. As big block. Pierre.
Oh, great up there by Rob.
Richardson out to get out of the way. It sets up Frank Ava, and again, Ava's hitting-wise not having a good day. And he's going to call for the timeout.
Yeah, I think
it's a 8-point lead down to 3.
I think it's the right time to take the time out here, just to calm it down a little bit. Sorry, Kev's talking to me from the court there. Just to calm it down a little bit and go from here and just to settle it down, making sure first pass in and making sure they win the point back.
So Help for Heroes still with a 3-point lead, but 3 when it was 7 and 8 doesn't feel as secure. They've still got a long way to go to get to that magic 25 number.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be very close, and hopefully Help for Heroes come back and take it to 5. I like a good game of sitting volleyball.
Or is that just because your boss said it was going to go 5 and you have to agree?
Yeah, of course, she's my boss. But first of all, can I just say a quick hello to the GB ladies who are watching? I'm getting a text message from them right now. And the Panthers team that I coach, just to say hello. And hopefully we'll be here next year or maybe the year after.
Why not? Why not break the streak of these two teams? It's going to need some hard work, but anything is possible. And that is still the case for the destination of this title.
Yeah, you got to achieve big, you got to think big, and hopefully we'll get up here with these guys in the next couple of years.
As Michael Knight is serving out of the timeout, Charlie Walker on the reception. That one long again by Frank. And all of a sudden, that Rob Richardson yellow card looks like a stroke of genius. As Ava on the one touch finds the winner, as Michael Knight not able to make the dig.
Yeah, it's very close now. We're within 3 points. I think that was a very crucial point for Help the Heroes to get back there. It keeps that momentum of that 3 or 4 points they've got in front.
Yeah, massive, massive point. As Tan lines up a big one, splits the block for the winner. That's Kev Tan at its best.
Yeah, power, and a boom town down. He'd be very happy of that. He'd be watching that back later.
There you go. I've just heard that on the court. Someone said, "Welcome back."
Yeah, they do like to talk, these boys.
Smith can't control the pickup, puts that one wide, and he'll rotate out.
Yeah, be a little bit frustrated with that as a coach. He'll just take himself out for a few seconds, like I say. Libro coming in, experience of Rob Richardson, high ball in, making sure the set is able to find his hitters.
As Tan scrambling to get there. Finds Monroe. Big pickup by the Bucks. 2 massive touches. As Worrell goes again, looking deep. And now for the first time, Bucks in system, but Tan looking for hands, misses the hands, misses the court.
Yeah, you can see the frustration on the court there from himself, Kevin Tan, and from Steve. He was just finding that gap in between position 2 and position 1. It just come off his hand just a little bit. Not the greatest.
It was great work in the rally by Michael Knight, and that's really good patient work by Adrian, who was able to just stay with it despite the multiple blocks, and finds a big winner as the sitting Bucks try and claw their way back into the 4th set. Trying to close this out without needing to go the distance. And that will help as Walker misses the back corner.
It's just creeping in. A couple of mistakes here by sitting Bucks. Charlie's just looking over to the scoreboard thinking, what, should I take a timeout? I'm not sure if he has one left.
That's much better by the Bucks. Getting Adrian into the swinging zone, and they're back within 1. Steve Smith fired up.
Yeah, he's the passion. He loves this game.
And now they get the overpass, but Adrian pulls on it. Didn't quite sit vertically enough and just dropped the left shoulder, and that allowed the ball to fall into the net.
Yeah, it's just down to 2 points now. Tit for tat.
As Worrell gets that wrong against Tan. He thought he had the free swing, but Tan did well to get in his eye line with the block up. And Worrell rushed the follow through.
Yeah, he just didn't finish the action rules there. He's just not confident enough to finish it, and he just, unfortunately, Kev just got across and shut him out.
As that one is an ace. Kevin Tan finds the left hand of Pierre. That one into the sky.
Yeah, this is close now. They just need to stop Kevin getting a run of serves, and here we
they
go.
Can't there. 7 down to 1 up, and the sitting Bucks are alive. And Help for Heroes are going to use their 2nd and final timeout of this 4th set, and maybe their last set of the season.
Yeah, this is an important part of the set. I'm not sure, you might have to quote me on this, but I think this might be the first time they're actually leading in this set, and it's an important part of this set. You can see the confidence in Steve Smith. He's just oomping them up, making sure they're taking it into encore. You can see the passion. The boys are listening. The boys want to take this and take the cup final.
Well, I think it's the thing. Now you've got momentum. In a way, it changes the complexity. Now you're ahead. Now it almost feels like a must-win set, because if you let us a lead slip on a reverse sweep, you momentum anyway, that all just piles in. So it almost in a way feels like this becomes must-win for the sitting Bucks, because if not, it's psychologically it's just a lot. Now you've got the lead.
Yeah, I think with the guys that got on court, these guys thrive under pressure anyway. And I think Kev Tan, he's got, like I say, he's a really strong server. So hopefully he can, hopefully I don't curse this, but I'm hoping he gets this one in and takes away the set from the guys.
Worrell with the block. Richardson with 2 massive digs. And that one in set, just a miss set in between the middle. And we'll have a look at those 2 massive plays by Richardson. There's the first, there's the second. He might as well have stayed. To be honest, he did too much movement. If he just stayed where he was after first contact, he would have come straight back to him. But great athleticism by Richardson, but all for naught.
A beautiful little boy, that little man there by Rob Richardson. He's got some moves.
As Worrell can't contain that one, and that is a full rotation, and Stephen Smith going to sub himself on for all of about 1 second, because he's going to allow Colin Goodbrand to check back in the middle. So middle for middle, sub reversed, and Goodbrand will come on, and that allows Adrian Jada Lake to head to the service line. He's not had a good service game today, but this will be the time to find a big one.
Good serve there, under pressure a little bit.
As that one was going to head in, Tan had to rescue that one, unconventional. Bottom of the net caught up as Tan leans back, finds Walker on the cross. Pierre makes the error.
Communication, you can see they're all talking to each other now on the sitting back side. They're all communicating, making sure everyone's ready for that ball to come back over.
So 3 points away from the title. Can the Bucks make it 2? Not on that one, as Goodbrand can't connect. And the Duca didn't know a lot about it, but got it over. And the winner is found.
Yeah, in my eyes, points to point. It might be a little bit sloppy, but it does go on the stat sheet as a winner.
Especially when you're 2 down late in the must-win set, you'll take it as Worrell didn't have a good ball toss, had to find a way, and Bucks able to convert through the middle as Michael Knight there on the winner. And now arguably their best server of the day, Paul Jeffrey, on the service line.
Yeah, you can see Charlie saying to the guys, we go again, we're making sure they don't slack on these points.
This time Bucks handle it as Tan there, so it's Help for Heroes handling it. Tan looking for some sort of call.
It was a bit of an interesting one there by Jockum. I don't know whether it was a carry or a hit, but for the good thing about for Help for Heroes, they've won the point and it's just 1 point in it. Let's see how this serve goes. Oh. I think...
Put it on a 5-piece.
I think Help for Heroes will be loving that. Sitting Bucks, not so much.
Talk about winning points any way possible. And we are going down the wire for pretty much the first time all game. Set 1 was, yes, 25-22, but it wasn't overly tight at any point. This one has been a set of more what we expected, point for point, trading blows both ways. And now it's a race of 2. Reminder, those you may be joining us for the first time, doesn't matter, you just got to win by 2 at this point. It might be 25-23. Who knows? It might be 51-49.
Yeah, 2 points. 2 points the difference to win this set. And I think, like you say, it could be 25-23, it could be 32-30, it could be 50-52. It's just about winning those 2 clear points. But on this side, I think, don't get me wrong, I think it's Help for Heroes who got the serve. So they've got the momentum, they've got it on their side. So hopefully you have a good serve here by number 3, which is Daniel and Danny. So hopefully you get a good run of serves here and take it on and get set point.
So Daniel Kitcher on the service line, the lefty finds Knight. Monroe unleashes Charlie Walker there, but can't control it. And it's championship point, Sitting Bucks.
Oh, the boys were loving it there. He liked to call it Boomtown. Monroe here, he might be over 50, but my God, has he got a hit on him.
So Michael Knight on championship point. Monroe goes again, no touch, head in his hand. Stephen Smith thought his best hitter was maybe getting the winner.
Yeah, he went for it. He was trying to do the same hit he did last time, but he just didn't finish the action, and it just went off and out.
As the serve is blocked, and great reactions by Kitcher, but that one just agonizingly going long if you're a Help for Heroes fan. And championship point number 2 earned for the Bucks. Colin Goodbrand on the service line, so Rob Richardson has to go sit on the bench as that one counter blocked. Kevin Tan doesn't find the winner. Do not know how the ball didn't hit the floor, but now it does. And the Sitting Bucks are your Grand Prix champions.
Yeah, the boys have taken it again. I think that's number 5, the Grand Prix in the last 4 or 5 years. You could say they had that last set, they had to push out for it, but unfortunately for Help for Heroes side, Sitting Bucks are champions again.
25-22, 25-14. I think set 3 was 14-25, but we lost track. And then 26-24. And for back-to-back years, Sitting Bucks are your Grand Prix champions, as the team's about to meet at the net. What a wonderful fourth set in particular it was. And again, you'll see the sportsmanship, but that last set in particular had drama. But a lot of credit needs to go for Help for Heroes, because at 2 sets down the way they were playing, they were dead and buried. Yeah, exactly. They came back fighting, but unfortunately just at the end of that fourth set, they just couldn't push it to make it into a fifth set. And Sitting Bucks just got the experience and took it 26-24 in their hand. You can see it. You can see how happy they are. You can definitely see that they're really happy to take that fifth championship. So we're a couple of minutes away from presentations. And both teams will line up, and while we wait, obviously we talked about Help for Heroes. Kind of a missed opportunity in set 4. You're 7 up in that middle part of the set. Once Richardson got fired up, it kind of flipped, but it was kind of uncharacteristic errors. Yeah, definitely. I feel like they got a little bit too comfortable with that 7-point lead, and Sitting Bucks took advantage of it, and they took advantage of it and got those points back, and won by 2 clear points. I think you can look at Help for Heroes. They look a bit down. They look a bit upset because they made it difficult for themselves. They didn't turn up in the first 2 sets, and they're having to get the momentum back and come back. And Sitting Bucks unfortunately took that 4th set to make it 3-1. You can see how happy Steve Smith is there, the founder and one of the players and a coach. He does everything for Sitting Bucks. He makes sure they run smoothly, and this is why you can see they're winning 4 or 5 championships in a row. Yeah, and that resilience when you're down, clawing out points, but the experience really came through. Again, Stephen Smith subbing himself on just to calm everything down, just to be settled, and that change really worked, got some momentum. But then down the stretch, going to your experience, Tan, Monroe especially, getting them the ball, feeding the ball in clutch situation was a great decision, but from a setting point of view as well. Yeah, 100%. If you need a point, you get it to John Monroe, because he's going to win your points. And then you have the stability of Kevin Tan as well. And this is why he's been appointed as a new men's head coach, because he's got the experience of playing standing and playing sitting. So hopefully he can get GB great again. And you've got the likes of Rob Richardson. He brought the experience on backcourt. He's played it many times. He's got over 100 caps for GB. I think he's one of the longest serving sitting volleyball players in the UK. So you can see he brings the experience for the team to make sure that they're cool, calm and collected. Like you say, he may got a yellow card. He may got a little bit angry, but he sorted them right out, and they've won the set. As we're about to get ready for presentations here on court number 2 for our second final of the day. Congratulations to Umston Grammar under 16s. And they will head back up to Manchester with a title. As first of all, as our officials now coming to collect their medals, Chris Toohey and Rita Grimes. A few gripes from the players, but on the whole, this game really well controlled, really well refereed. Oh, definitely. 2 referees there. They were very experienced, like you say. They've played in international volleyball, and they've done sitting as well. They understand what these players are like, so they're very controlled, and they've controlled the game really well. And of course, our presentation party as well. Jess Plumridge and Brendan Fogarty handing out the medals, and the Help for Heroes team, number 2, their captain, Frank Other, number 3, Daniel Kitcher, number 4, Caroline Duffy, number 6, Joachim Pierre, number 7, Francis Induka, number 8, Emmanuel Accor, number 9, John Worrell, number 10, and also their head coach, Charlie Walker. and number 11, Christopher Anslow, winners of 3 rounds of the sitting Grand Prix. And a really solid season for the Help for Heroes team.
Yeah, definitely. They're a solid season. They'll come back stronger. They might not be here next year. You never know. They might be here. But they will come back stronger with the likes of Charlie Walker there to push them towards the end. And next year might be their year. You just never know.
And now our winners getting their medals. And they're, of course, led by their captain, number 3, John Monroe. Number 14, the libero, Rob Richardson. Number 2, in his first season as sitting volleyball player, walking away with a gold medal, Adrian Jada Lake. Number 5, Paul Jeffrey. Number 7, Colin Goodbrand. Number 8, Michael Knight. Number 9, Dan Bigley. Number 10, Kevin Tan. And of course their coach and also player Stephen Smith, who's assisted by Jude Judalik as well. As Stan does a way better job than me with that surname.
Yeah, and I think it's quite hard to pronounce, but like I say, sitting Bucks, it must get boring after a while, but winning, but like I say, they're the best team in the UK and they just keep on winning and winning and winning.
And of course, before we get the Champions Trophy, we've got one more award, Justin, to give out.
Yeah, the MVP of the MVP of the match, and let's have a listen.
And it's gone to Rob Richardson, to the delight of his teammates. And Justin, a terrific defensive performance as well.
Yeah, you can see the boys cherish him really well. They take they took on it well. Sorry, Rob just pointed up to me up there. He's the captain of the GB. He knows how to do it. He's got the experience. And just when he threw the toys out the pram, it helped the boys out, and he's MVP in my eyes. And
your Grand Prix winners for the sitting Grand Prix, once again, the Sitting Bucks reign supreme here in Loughborough.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you can definitely see they're really happy about it. Hopefully they can defend it next year. You never know. And they compete. You've got teams like Help for Heroes. You've got Southants. You've got Panthers. We've got a strong group of sitting volleyball teams.
Hold on a minute. We're missing someone for the photo.
Oh.
I'll tell you what. We missed a trick. That should have delivered the MVP presentation as Alex Porter chases it to put a medal around it. But that should have delivered the MVP medal. That would have been a way more fun thing. In fact, it's got the trophy on it. Good job, Rita Grimes.
Yeah.
And Alex Porter there. It's in the celebration photos. Really nice adjustment.
Yeah, I think it's better looking than most of the guys on the team as well. They're enjoying themselves, the boys.
But that will wrap up here the sitting volleyball segment. We've got one more showcase game as well, which will be great. I know you'll be involved in that one, but it's going to be a long weekend here at Cup Finals. Next up on court number 1, we've got the Women's Shield Final between Cambridge and Reading. That's a 1:30 first serve. So our comms team will be live in about 20 minutes about then. We've got the under-16 girls, South Bucks, trying to replicate their namesake, the Sitting Bucks. They'll take on Richmond here on court number 2. And then the senior finals today. First time ever we've got the 2 senior finals back-to-back. The Mallow Eagles, Durham Palatinate, and the Women's Cup final. And the Mallow Eagles will take on London Giants in the Men's Cup final. But from Justin and myself, Michael, appreciate you joining us. And we'll be back next year for more sitting volleyball action. But for 2025-2026, your Grand Prix winners are the Sitting Bucks.